Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Space Engineers. Welcome back to some normalcy in my life. I'm your host, Quantum Tater. Quantum Tater, say hello. Airtight spaces, baby. Hello. Or, previously, here. Um, Last time on Space Engineers Ball Z, I honestly, what did we do? What did we do? We did some stuff and things. Stuff and things. Those are the big ones. Those are the two biggest things that we did. Um, so it's 2 episodes. Been 2 episodes. We got a magnesium mine up and running. We built up this base. We got an airtight space. We built a little clean room over here that you just walk on in and go here, take a shower, take your pupes. Just a little space. This is glitching out heavily because interactions with blocks are strange. We created a walkway for this so that at least there is some separation of space. Only in like if the case this depressurizes and stuff. We added these guys here. Looks real great. Looks real beautiful. Look beautiful. So last time there was a giant wreck, and you know what we're gonna do first. Step one. You know what? Step one. Hello. I forgot to wave. You know that's oh God. What? Who's running this show? Really? Me. I'm running this show. So last time, yes. We're in full swing. Last time. We had some stuff go down and it was a good time and everybody was and the people rejoiced. Yay. A lot of people, I don't know which episode it was. It was either last episode. So first and foremost, from episode numero 13, I was told like that they could not for the life of them believe that I didn't grind out the wreck. And trust me, John, Chad, Clyde, I know. I wanted to. It was everything in my power to not grind down that godforsaken thing. But that's a lot of grinding, man. That's so much grinding. Hello, H Nutter. I think Clyde agreed to the H Nutter. I don't know if everybody else thought it was also a good name. Let's turn off those auxiliary engines. We don't need all of them on. But Clyde didn't say anything about me not grinding it down, but I'm sure he had the same thoughts. It is a lot of resources, guys. You're right about that. That was a ton of resources. There's the MG mine, and there's the wreck. We still have it. We still can get it done. Now Clyde said that he was surprised that I didn't grind down the Ooh, get a little stoppy action here. Clyde was like, "Oh, is it just him?" So I guess a couple things have happened. Did I just damage this? I didn't. We're good. Oh, you know what? Go ahead and let's turn on all the engines, turn all the engines off, so we're not just cooking our fuel. So he said, was it just me, or did you not grind down the cockpit? And I believe I tried to, and it was giving me errors last time. So I guess now I've grinded it down. Money and some coffee. Nice. Um, so you know what we need to do? What would be useful? And I don't think it's possible. Is this functional? It is not. Is this one functional? It is not. I was hoping we could get in here at the very least and claim the grid, but it doesn't look like me. Transfer the whole thing to me. So now we have this grid. So I can come grind it down. There are a lot of components here, but this brings the first of many conundrums, and that is, do we want to spend an episode grinding this thing down, or do I want to grind it all off screen? And the answer to both of those questions is really no, I don't want to do that much. Not that I won't, I just don't think that I want to. That being said, maybe we should. Maybe we should grind it down. So that's one thing. Inventory full. Thank you. So yes, a lot of resources here. All the spare parts. John said all the spare parts. Everybody lamented that I didn't grind this whole shipwreck down, and I appreciate that. So maybe that's what we work on today. I don't know. I'm back, and I'm not gonna. I should be able to do one, and then get some reading done, or some comments and interactions, and then do two. So, and then on episode 14, we had a new commenter. Welcome aboard, or at least a new to this week commenter, Mr. Prepared Viking 429. He said the ignore color for the unit will be unwelded. Oh yeah, for the ignore color. Yeah, for like the self-maintenance block. Yes, there's an ignore color. There's also an ignore color for build and repair that you can use. I don't think regular welders have an ignore color, do they? I don't know. Let's go back and find out. I'm gonna take all this crap that I just picked up. Engines on. Don't stop me now. What do we need? We've got. I actually had a different plan when I came over here. So that's. I've passed my mind. There it is. What? Oh, we've got dampeners off. I was like, what is going on? I'm not stopping. It's because dampeners are off. I was like, what is happening? It's crazy how much you can fly without dampeners and be okay with it. That's you know, it is a fun thing. Iger builds. Thank you again for the turning off the experimental mode. That's I don't know why I never paid attention to those things previously, but I do help. So here's what I want to do today. Actually, and I talked to Chad a little bit yesterday. I was streaming. I streamed Saturday night. Maybe a new time slot for streaming. I don't know. We're playing with the format. Not for any particular reason other than it just felt like the right thing to do. Lock her down. Okay. Go in here. Close quickly, please. Close quickly, please. That's so. The only thing about the airlock script is it is nice and slow. It does not care for. It doesn't have any qualms about my life. We can put that in there. That in there. I haven't built an ATM. You know what? Let's do that now. What? There you go. Let's do this right here. We're gonna close this block out. ATM. Ye old ATM. And then we can deposit my super $274. Very important that I deposit those things. So, yeah, then in episode 14, I'm going to pause for a second while I read this. So, Clyde had said the music was great. When you did the time lapse, there were so many places that looked like the music was coordinated in the building process. You know what? I would like to say that I did coordinate that, Clyde, but I did not. I would be lying to you if I said I coordinated. I did love the music. Loved it. Base really looks good. I never use enough windows. They look great, but they seem like a weak spot if attacked. Wish they had real bulletproof grass. I agree. I like that it's called bulletproof grass, and it is most certainly not bulletproof. Great video. See you in the next one. Thanks. I appreciate that, Clyde. And let's see. What did Chad say? I'm reading these real time because I meant to do this before and I didn't because I'm not good. Um, did see right after I felt a disturbance in the forest, your mind tricks did not. Chad, my safety expert, is saying that he did see the incidental, and he saw nothing, but he did see. You need a new event controller monitoring that control seat in the base to turn off the welders when you exit, like you did on the rover. That's probably a good idea. It's been 0 episodes since the last severe injury. Severe? Did I? Did I get severely injured? That feels like a. That feels. That feels like. Was it severe? That doesn't feel severe. Let's see. We do need an event controller. You're right about that. Let's go ahead and plop one of those bad boys down. I always forget the event controller. It comes on the heels of whatever it comes on the heels of. You know what? There's a block somewhere that I think would be better location for this. I may be mistaken. There may not be a block where there's a better location for this. I want to put the event controller somewhere where it doesn't look completely out of place, but also I wish they need a new event controller block, in my opinion. This one, like a full square block, like I would love a half square event controller. I think that could be very useful and could look nice. That's what I think. You know what? We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm not really that sorry, but I could be sorry. Go ahead and get that welded back up. Refill the space. There we go. This is gonna be base weld event controller. There we go. And then I get in here and I go welder. I'm sorry. We do event controller. We say select actions when seat is empty. Cockpit seat leave. Control seat or toilet and toilet seat, just in case. Just in case you know, you never know. When seat is empty, we'll select actions. Group of welders. When occupied, nothing, but when unoccupied, turn off welders. We'll test it. Turning on all the blocks. Meteor storm inbound. Let's see if we get a good view. Oh, it's really far. Oh, no. That was very dangerously close to our magnesium mine. Turn on. Oh, I didn't mean to turn it off, so turn it off. Turn it on. There we go. Got out of the seat. I'm not dying immediately. Good call. Good call on that. So yes. Now I can protect myself from getting murked regularly. Let's see what else. Okay, so that's that. Thank you, Chad, for that advice. That's a good idea. I don't think about those things. You could always slap some gats on the nutter just in case. Get the death counter going. Not that I don't have faith in you, and in fact, I do. That's why you need a counter. You know, wait a minute. So John wants me to put down a death counter. You know what else? That is something we need to do. So I don't appreciate that you think I need a death counter. That's a little rude, but you know, that's fair. It's not as if I've been faithful in with regards to some things. So first, we'll do this. Uh, you know what? I don't want to put that there. What if we do 99 Zigloof balloons? Um, this is going to be list. So what do we need to do first? Did that rename it? It did. It did. So we come over here. Now I can weld that up without any qualms. It's welded. And then I can get out and it'll turn them off automatically. Yay, I didn't die. Okay. Really quick, what we need to do. We're going to go over to the ground zero base. Ground zero. We're going to we need to grab the list. I need the information off the list. So thank you, John. You reminded me that I do need to get the list information. So we're going to put our list information on that. Things we've accomplished, things we haven't. And we got to get the list back going because we're aimless without a list. We're aimless. Or I'm aimless. You guys probably aren't aimless, but I definitely am aimless. Yeah. So I appreciate that. And let's get this done. Hello, squirrel. Copy. Pasta. There we go. We've copied all the pasta. Uh, let's see. Are we still intact over here? We are. Everything looks beautiful. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That is currently our only respawn point. It occurs to me that that's a weak point in my plan. I should probably do something about that, but I don't know what I want to do about it because I didn't want this to just be the only base that I have, although it is looking mighty fine. Look at that. We got guns protecting this base. We've got drills that are doing nothing currently because they need to be expanded, and I have not yet done that. But it looks great. Truly. Truly, truly, truly. I think we're doing a good job. Chad and I were talking about this last night once again on stream. That, yeah, that we are content. Text and images. Look at that. Look at that. All right. So, mine setup. Look at this. We've got so many things off the list. Check. 2 refineries. Check. At least 2 O2H2 generators. Check. 3 large cargo container. Easily checked. Ooh, 2 large hydro oxygen. Okay. We don't have 2 oxygen. Oxygen. That's not a word that we use. But that's okay. That's okay. So now we're look at that. We are the to-done list is growing, is what I'm saying. If nothing else. To-done list is getting bigger. That's great. That is great. Okay, so we don't have 2 large oxygen tanks. Do we need a second one? I kind of feel like we just need the one. Do we need another one? I might not hurt, but is it necessary? Ooh, you know, I see a perfect opportunity for one. So I'll tell you what. I have to close these myself. It takes too long. It's making me impatient, you know? But what if we... What if we grabbed one of these here oxygen tanks, just like so? And I want a different color. I don't want war torn. That sets a bad precedent if we do war torn. Where didn't we have a blue? There it is. Right there. Look at that. Now we've got 3 large oxygen tanks. Oh, let's go and grab that. And that. And that. Look at that. And then, even though we don't need to, I can get on this bad boy here. And I can turn on all the welders. We're going to need more ice. Our hydrogen tanks are not all the way full. And if we're going to become a hydrogen production facility, yeah, we're gonna need to get additional ice capades. Okay, so one of the things I wanted to do, man, we're squirreling all over the map right now. So John, I believe, said that detached farm is the way to go. So there's that. Let's pause one more time so I can get the finish reading. So you could always slap some gats on the nutter. Okay, so the nutter might get gats. I don't know. I haven't decided. That sounds like an interesting idea. And then Mr. Prepared Viking said the blind ignore color, and then when it's welder mod, try self maintenance unit. So the self maintenance units is great, and I think I did keep that mod installed. I've not installed it on this base, because I liked the idea of welders potentially being part of the base. It doesn't bother me. So and then you know what we need? We need one more thing that John specifically requested. We'll put that guy there. I don't know why I'm still in that color, but I am, so let's go ahead and grab this color and battered armor. I'm gonna check. Turn those things on. I hear that it's welded. Beautiful. We're gonna go to here and we're gonna say content. We want that to be text and images. Check. And then we're going to say death counter. How many taters? And we're starting at 0. I'm just gonna give myself a mulligan. Uh, I believe, personally, I've not died that I can remember, and none of you guys are allowed to say otherwise. Thank you. Thank you for your cooperation in this matter. But death counter up and running. Okay, so we are already. Man, I've rambled for 17 minutes. This is what you guys get when I go on. I don't ever script. I'm gonna say when I go off script, but I don't go off script. So here's what I want to do. I want to build a little truck, a little guy. So first, what I'm actually going to do, we're going to go over to the magnesium mine, and I'm going to do some finishing touches that I wanted to do. So we're going to cut to that. We're not going to cut to it, but we're going to hop on over. You know what's interesting? The engines in this vehicle never fully fill up. Why is that? Why is it that these small hydrogen tanks never hit 100%? Or why is it showing? You see how it over there it shows hydrogen 92%? Why is that? What's going on with that? It just never hits 100%. I don't like it. It bothers me greatly. So we're gonna take this. We're gonna take the nutter over here and we're gonna park it up just for a second in the shade. And we're gonna lock that down so it doesn't roll away. And we're gonna do a little bit of finagling really quick. I thought I was happy with this, just like a weird unfinished shape. I'm not. I don't like it at all. So we're gonna go ahead and finish out the shape with something a little less dumb. So here we go. Yeah, I'll see you in just a second. Okay, so here's what we're doing. You may be thinking to yourself, Tater, what are we doing? And that'd be a good question to ask a guy. What we're doing. It would be good. It would be good. Um, so I have to itch my ear really quick. Cut this out. Okay, had to itch my ear real quick. Good grief, that was weird. Here's what we're doing. We got to get the squirrel. We got to go to the magnesium mine. I started with like, oh, I don't like how unfinished the magnesium mine looked and all that stuff. And then, as I was sitting over there, I was like, you know what? I still don't like it. So what we need to do is we need to go flying in the squirrel. Oh, guys, guys! I just figured it out. Ooh, platinum. I don't need platinum because we're not going to use that kind of thruster. But ooh, platinum. Where on earth? Okay, first. Okay. Let's do you know what? Please hold for a second. Okay, sorry about that. So, what I was gonna say, if I was gonna say anything, I got a phone call from my wife, and I had to stop and take. So I started with the magnesium mine. And I was like, oh, you know, I want to add this, I want to add that, I want to do this, and then I realized that I did not do enough of the things that I wanted to do. So here we are in the squirrel. We're going to put all this information in there, like so, like that. We're going to come over here, and we're going to try to, I feel like I got a lot of stuff into the vehicle. Um, Man, I've done a lot of weird things today. So yeah, so I just want to, and so basically, because Charlie called me, I answered the phone, and that is why I am over here. Let's go components. We need components. You know what I don't know? Do we need to have ice? We do. We have so much ice. I was thinking we were running low on ice, but we're not. We're not even, not even a little bit. So that's my bad for thinking that. How could I? How could I be so foolish? Um, I think there was a button, Chad. Maybe somebody at one point told me that there's a button that you like when you're placing blocks like that. Oh, also the other things I did a little off stream, I think last time, is I added this. I added some railing, or maybe I did it on stream. I honestly cannot remember, but I added this so that there was easier walkways. And you know what? Because the wonderful things he does. I liked the blue accent on the other one, so we're gonna have this right here. I think it looks good. I like it. Okay. So we get some welding done. We need to go into here. We're gonna do components. Grab as many of these as possible because we got a ton of welding to do over at the mine. What I wanted to do is create a spot where I could dock. And then the other genius idea that I had while we were in the middle of this thing, I wanted to build, and I was talking about this on the stream yesterday with Chad. I want to build a I want to build like a carrier thing. And instead of it just being a hauler, like just a cargo container hauler, what if I make a little small grid hydrogen cargo container thing slash thing? Anyways, that was my thought. What if I did that? And everybody was like, yeah, that's such a good idea. And I'm like, yeah. And they're like, yeah. And everybody's like, yeah. And that's the story of how I'm a genius in my own mind. How do you like it? Okay, so let's go. We're gonna get some stuff welded up here first with these slow doors. I appreciate that they're keeping the air on the inside, but come on. Oh, I'm gonna run all the way around. Turn welders on. Get those welding up. Let's see if it did it finish it. Let's peek over there. You know what I need? I need some lights on my squirrel pad. Squirrel pad, great name. I need some lights for the squirrel pad. You know, I don't have a parking spot for the squirrel. That's actually a pretty good space. We got the H nut over there. We got the squirrel pad. We're coming up with names left and right. Anyway, so yes, the idea of a hydrogen vehicle that can transport some cargo, and I have an idea for that. So let's see. I'll turn this thing off. Clyde also mentioned I should probably put safety rails around this hole because I'd like to drive so close to it. I'm not going to be doing that, Clyde. We're not responsible enough to put safety rails around this. We're not that kind of people. We live dangerously. Chad, you didn't hear that. You didn't hear. As far as OSHA's concerned, we have safety railing everywhere. As far as Tater's concerned, safety is for the weak. Um, the Empire didn't use safety railing in any of their vehicles and ships, and well, look how it worked out for them. Nobody definitely fell into giant pits ever. That never occurred, not even once. So, food for thought. Food for thought. Who's really the winners here? All right, let's turn. Oh, not don't turn that hard. Um, I definitely need a squirrel pad to have the ability to do that, but that's okay. Let's go ahead and get some welding done. Yes, as the youth say, yes, queen. We're still welding. Come on. There we go, weld it up. So that's all those blocks. Do you think this is completely done? Well, I know it's not. Let's pause for a second. Let's take a beat. This isn't right. The slope here is not enough. Because we are coming from this angle, we're going to need a wider slope. So let's see if we can't fix that with the right blocks. We're turn. Nope. I definitely don't want the brown. Downtown Julie Brown. There we go. There's that color. And then 7, I believe, is the block that will do this slope, which means that slope there, which means that slope there, which means that slope there, that slope there. There we go. That should do the things necessary. What do we need? I'm gonna hydroman this piece because I think we're gonna need that right there. Is this grid complete? Best way to find out is, oh, we don't actually, because I resecured this, we don't, I'm okay with having those there. Actually, we can do that. So let's do, well, I can't see around this is the problem. Pop that right there. Do you think we're complete? I don't know. It's hard to tell. I'm stuck. Stuck in the middle with me. Ugh. Come on, get out of the hole. There we go. There we go. That one is not, but let's see. Are these green, yellow, yellow? Okay, so there's that. What about this right here? We're good. Green. Perfect. Okay. So what we need to do, grab some of that. I'll come back for the parts that we need for that right there. I'm just gonna hydroman it because there's no reason to not do that, in my opinion. Man, we're cruising along. We're cooking. So I'm gonna use probably the Nutters, probably the Nutters platform to build. No, I'm not. I'm not gonna do that. So I need to build out a platform. Therein lies the problem. I need to build a platform. Uh, Excuse me. Can I have some parts? Thank you. Meow, meow, meow. I know this is seemingly unnecessary, but here we are. Crank 'em on. There we go. All right. So we've got a connector for a cargo hauler. That'll be good. And then I can back it up a little bit right here. Get those things welded up. Perfect. And then this is a gradual enough slope across on both sides that I can easily drive over it, like so. So yeah, that is the magnesium mine potentially finished. Let's go ahead and grab one more piece of stuff because I see something else I'd like to. I'll grab this color. And then I think we might need some lights. Yeah, like one light maybe. Nah, I don't want to do a light. Never mind. We're not gonna do that. We're just gonna. Let's fold these up really quick just to give it that color vibe, as it were. So there you go. We've got ourselves magnesium mine. It is not intended to be. It is not intended to be a complete building, but at least it looks like a little hovel. The turret's probably doing great work. I think you're doing great work. Good job, turret. You're the hero we needed. Um, let's go back over here. We'll deposit this stuff. I think, yeah, we're good to go there. And let's grab some more magnesium because magnesium, and we need it probably. And yeah, let's get on this. Let's get this thing home, and then I think what we're gonna do. It's hard to tell the things that I want to do versus what's probably the best thing to be doing right now. Whee! I still, you know what, John? I think you said it. It's impressive how much I haven't crashed this vehicle, and I agree. Oh, and one of the things I was going to do before I got that phone call was going to be to stop this vehicle. Not that, wrong button. I was going to come into here, and I was going to say we no longer need the silicone magnesium mine spot or this spot because, well, to be fair, we actually don't need any of these if we're thinking about it because we only need, and we don't need ground zero because ground zero we have like everything has, we've got, well, ground zero doesn't have an antenna, so let's go ahead and get that taken care of because we definitely need to. Let me run over here and grab the stuff necessary for an antenna. You can have that. What button is that? We're gonna do small boy. 10 steel plates. Why do we have 10 steel? Blah, 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 blah. Stick that in there. Go over here. Do I have anything else on my bar? Nope, just that. Perfect. But we'll get ground zero an antenna, and the only reason we want to get the ground zero an antenna is so that I can see it without all the dang things. And I don't know what the X was. I'm going to go over there and look at that point and see why it says X marks the spot. I know it X marks the spot. I do know that. I just don't know. What is this compact antenna? Why is this not showing HUD text? We want this to say, what do we want this to say? This is the fee mine. And it's really more than that, but I like the name fee mine. That's funny to me. What was the X marks the spot thing? Oh yeah, I remember. I was trying to find the location with which to start these things. So, if I wanted to get some additional iron, I definitely could do that. We could stockpile iron and nickel right here by adding another, we'll call it 2 pistons right there, and then rename all those. We're not gonna do that this round. We're not gonna do that. So let's go ahead and get the squirrel home. And then, what are we at? We're at 40 minutes. What can we do with 40 minutes? You know what we could do with 40 minutes really quick before we get the squirrel home? What if we built the squirrel's attachment point here? What if we gave the squirrel a second home on the squirrel pad? I know you're thinking, by God, it's just crazy enough to work. What do we got here? Oh, this is the perfect block, kids. This is where dreams are made. It's where dreams are made right here. Okay, so this block is a C going up. So if we did that, oh yeah, it's all coming together. I am hungry. Man, I'm not watching my food at all. I really need to get a farm up and running, but we're not going to do that today for sure. Uh, we're going to get this guy here. And, oh. I think the squirrel, what do we think? You know what, we need to get squirrel on the pad. That's the way we get this done. Get the squirrel on the pad. Squirrel pad. The squirrel pad specifically. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. And that way we don't have to always bring the squirrel back to the other base, even though it lives there. So what I was saying, what would be a great name? What would be a great name for the other squirrel I was thinking about? The flying squirrel. We're making a flying squirrel, kids. That's what's happening. It's going to happen here. You're going to see it first. Um, I'm excited. I'm excited to be a part of the flying squirrel crew. Let's go with this right here. And you know what? No, 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 no. Shout out. Um, what was that? What was that movie? What was that movie? Man, you know what I need? I need a seat out here where I can turn on all the welders without killing myself. I don't have one of those, but I do need one. Beautiful. Beautiful. So we love to see. We love to see it. This great. This is perfect for a guy like me. Oh, chat told me that Iger Builds mentioned me in a stream somewhere, which I love that for me. Does this need to go out one more? Let's take a look. Does it need to go out one more? Would it make more sense one more out? Let's see. We got one, two. Let's see. Now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It already is in the middle, but the middle doesn't always mean. Well, and we're not technically the middle, right? One more is not going to help it. No, it's not going to help. Okay, that's fine. Right there. We need to add a. This needs to be a medium head. Boop. Beautiful. Get that welded up. And then we're gonna do what? We need another one of these guys. Perfect. Right there. Do that. Oh, you know what? Nope, I don't have it. I don't have the thing that I need to have. Welder type 2. Squirrel pad. SP welder. There we go. We're going to do that so I can run over here and hide and say SP welder. Wait for it, wait for it, wait for it, wait for it, wait for it. That should be good. SP welder did its job. It did. Beautiful. I love everything about it. So now we can begin the process of creating one of these bad boys right here. Why won't this rotate? There we go. And this is going to be base. Oh, no, no, it's not base. Well, base is still going to recall it, but squirrel connector. And then we go, let's go down, 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 down. We're going down, down, doobie, doobie, doo, wow. That's not right. Let's say the lower, what are we at? We're at 26, so let's say the upper limit is 30. And then we continue to crank it down to 30. Okay, perfect. And then we're going to say that, what are we at? We're at 44 now, so we need to do, this guy's going to be negative 30. We're going to velocity this bad boy up. Bing. Oh, that's not right. There we go. We'll do that. And let's see. Let's grab that really quick. And then we need to rename these. Probably not for any specific reason, but we'll do squirrel pad hinge 1, and then squirrel pad, and call that 2. Man, my keyboard's loud today. It feels loud today. Let's see how we did. How did we do? Oh, too much juice. Oh my goodness, kids. Can we just take a minute to express how incredibly glorious that is right there? Good grief. That is skill unparalleled by any person, except for the people that it's not unparalleled by, but still very, very good. Um, yeah, yeah. Haha, look at that. That is, you can't tell me that's not impressive. I mean, you can, but don't tell me that. That's mean. Why would you be mean to me? Good grief. I thought we were friends. No, you could be mean to me. I don't. It is what it is. Is it what it is? That's an interesting saying, isn't it? Like, it is what it is. What does that mean? It is what it is. It isn't what it isn't. Or is it what it isn't? And that's really the crux of it, right? If it is what it is it is what it isn't? We're gonna put this there. We're gonna put this there. And then I really like the way that was looking. 7. I know, I'm hungry. I'm always hungry. All right, we're eating this last ramen. We're going to do something about our food situation, guys. It has become mission critical. Uh, there we go. Perfect. And then part of me was thinking, okay, so this, if we raise this guy up just for a second. Actually, let's go the other way. All the way down to its 30. Okay. Uh, okay. So how many blocks do we figure we need to get to the bottom? I figure like a block and a yeah, I think we'll be good. So what we need to do now, we're gonna go up here. What are we doing? You're asking. Okay, what we're doing is we're saying we need a block there, a block there.
Meteor storm inbound.
No meteor storm inbound. Or you know what? What if we did that? That might let's do that. Let's use a new guy. That'd be fun. I like the idea of this. I'm here, happy to be a part of it. Then we go right here. We go blah. Nope, other way. Are you telling me those won't lock down? Oh, come on. Are we that shy? Ah, look at that. That is obnoxious. Okay, what we're gonna do, we're gonna do this. I hate it. I hate it as much as everybody else is about to hate it, but we're gonna go a little bit lower. There we go. Okay, so now we gotta turn off auto lock for sure. Auto lock, and we gotta switch select this bad boy. We gotta switch select this bad boy because what we're gonna do now, we're gonna see if we can't fix this so that this is perfect. Nope, 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 nope. Let's go back up to that. Are they unswitch lockable now? Ah, dang it. I know this is a weird thing to be finessing, but I'm genuinely curious if I can get it to. Okay, so 34 seems to be the number. Which means this one should be 34 as well. Perfect. And then we can turn that bad boy back on. Auto lock. Perfect. That we hinge lock this guy here. Hinge, hinge, hinge lock. So we can't go nowhere. It's not going to be as perfect as it was. I know we lined it up perfectly and we're like, oh, look how great we are. I saw all that. I remember every bit of it. So it's not going to be as great. Although, look, guys, that's pretty like okay, let's do the looking. Look, that I mean, you can't get much closer than that. That good enough for government work right there. All right, now officially we can get this closed. Let's get those things welded up with our base welders. I know there's got to be a better way to do this, but we're not thinking about that now. What we're thinking about is how cool this is that I got that locked down. And it looks like little legs. Looks like little legs. That's funny. Okay, how we doing? We need food. We ate some ramen. Um, I'm gonna keep eating. I just need to stay on top of. I need like an auto feeder. Like I need a nutrient processor that it just sits there and consumes the stuff. So this is perfect. But before we go, no, let me free. Oh my gosh, guys, that's obnoxious. Let's turn this magnetism down. I don't. Yeah, thank you. Ba, 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 ba. All right, let's get this back to ground zero. Let's go ahead and get ourselves, and the H center needs to get back on its spot. But now we have a scroll pad specifically for this guy, and then we're gonna need to make a flying scroll pad, which I think is gonna happen next time. So we need to add that to the list. So when we get back to the base, we'll close out and we'll put stuff on the list, and then yeah, what are we at? We're at man. That took sort of 14 minutes of finagling with that stuff because I wanted to get that just right. I know that at ground zero I have a dock for the squirrel, and I did not do all the things I just did for that guy, but it's because I didn't want to, honestly. Yeah, yeah. So, but without all the extra things on the radar, it's a little calmer, obviously. Now I know I can press H, and H gets to no names, and it's just radar signals, and I can just switch them off. I wish there was like some finesse here. Like, can I have just my signals? Like, that'd be useful. Switch signals to normal density, full visible, no names, switched off. What about just my names? Like, owned grids would be kind of useful, um, I think. And yeah. So, uh, now John, about the detached food thing, I definitely agree. Detached food is the way to go. A detached farm. Um, What if we make like a from? I got it. Okay. We've got so many ideas. Hey, look, that looks like a number three in the ground. Um, okay, that's very helpful, I'm sure. So I have an idea. And this is something else me and Chad also had talked about on the stream. But we were talking about like not planning, like pre-planning a base out, and so like that's why the finishing touches rarely happen. And I definitely do that. I have that problem. Um, I think what I need to do, what I want to do, more importantly. Let's close this guy off here. I would like to have on my bar toggle on off. This thing does not need to be on all the time. I'm not really looking for ore right this second, so it doesn't necessarily matter. But, okay, here's my idea. Now that I've scrolled off of that thought completely. A from scratch kitchen. We're gonna do that. Taters from scratch kitchen. We'll make a little. I just heard an awfully loud noise. Hmm. Mm-hmm. 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 Very interesting. Like it sounded like another ship crashed. Weird. Okay. So from scratch kitchen, we'll lay out the kitchen in its entirety. It'll have farm plots in the back. So it'll be farm to table from scratch. Yes, farm to table from scratch. We already need a name for the restaurant. So pirates, it's a pirate. It's going to be obviously pirate themed because we're going to be pirates. So taters from scratch kitchen, farm to table scratch kitchen. Farm to table. Okay. Yeah, I like that. So we'll build it out and we'll put it near the mine, the industrial mine, because that nothing says progress like having your food location be next to a major mining facility and processing facility. That feels like the most, I don't know, the most apropos thing. I'm gonna color this thing. Yeah, there we go. Okay, really quick before I forget to put this dang thing on, because that's the whole reason. That's the whole reason we're here today. Not, it's not actually the whole reason we're here today. It's not even. It's not even one of the reasons we're here today. Um, where do I want to put this? This needs to go somewhere. You know what? I really like the way that looks. That's wonderful. Perfect. And then we come here. We back it up slowly but surely. But surely. And then we turn on the welder and lock it down. And then I guess we don't turn on this welder, we turn on the base welder, which I think is on this page. There we go. Okay, oh, you know what else? I did something else. I forgot to tell you. So, real quick, HUD text. This is ground zero. Never forget. And to that respect, man, I left all the lights on that vehicle. That's funny. I did this over here, guys. Look at this. Ground zero. In memory for revenge. I wanted to tilt it, but I could not get anything to tilt properly, so there we go. That's the yeah, that's the thing. So ground zero base, good. We did, you know, over here we can go ahead and check these things off. Just like we did on the other one. Oh, wrong thing. I think it's good. We got a great mine taken care of. We're not going to probably need to keep up with this list, but it is good to have the list in its complete entirety. So I think it's a solid reminder of how things to be. But yeah, we got a little in memory of um, where we crashed, how we were betrayed. And so, yeah, Ground Zero I think is officially complete. Officially. We obviously made a squirrel home today. We finished off the magnesium mine, finishing touches. I honestly couldn't tell you which one of these things I'm more proud about. Well, that's not true. I can tell you which one of these things I'm more proud about. Proud about being here with you guys on the tubes. It was a good couple of weeks. I know it's kind of weird with all of my out of townedness and stuff. So appreciate you guys sticking with me. Oh, yeah. What was that noise? We should, if something did crash, we should be able to lock onto it, right? We should be able to, if there was an actual wreck, we would see it via lock and on, but I'm not seeing anything, so that's good. Okay, so we definitely need to turn off my lights. We definitely need to do a couple of things now that I'm wrapping up. We need to, for sure, we've just done a good job. This is a lot of good stuff. I'm very proud of all the work we've done. We've got ourselves a squirrel pad. I love that. The base looks great. This guy over here also looking great. I love the magnesium mine. It's solid, and we've got ourselves a docking port for the flying squirrel that is going to be ferrying cargo to that location. We got to make a flying squirrel, so that's next. Make flying squirrel, which means I need a pad for the flying squirrel. First and foremost is what it means. Um, and And I need to turn off the headlights on this bad boy. So I need a pad for the flying squirrel. Uh, and it's probably not going to look anything like a flying squirrel if I'm being honest, guys. I don't have it. I do have an idea of what I want it to look like, but there we go. I was waiting for that to lock up. There we go. I feel like okay, two things need to happen on this guy really quick. First and foremost, we need to go lights. We need all the lights on this bad boy to be a little less intrusive. Just a little bit, you know. Um, intensity is a little much for me. So let's kind of knock that down. And then let's go ahead and, oh, H nutter. Let's go ahead and create a group for this. And then on the event controller, what if we make sure, connecting type, what if we make sure we've got batteries, we've got that on 4. What if we go ahead and turn all the lights off? You know, that seems like a good on, off. And so now we can come to a landing really quick. We can lock it down. I did that backwards, didn't I? I did. So let's do hnutter. Nope, not custom data. This should be off. And then groups on. There we go. No. See, on, off. Beautiful. Now we're not just wasting juice. Okay, how are we doing on our tanks? Oh, these guys are full. Everything looking great. Perfecto mundo, Raymundo. Oh man, it's dark. We need a screenshot. What should we screenshot? I'm pretty impressed with the scroll pad, but I feel like the magnesium mine's where it's at. So we're gonna go. Let's go. I've got a better idea. Since I have this vehicle that I built specifically for running around. Let's grab this right there. Crank it up. Let's go. Wah, wah, bah, 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 bah. And then we're gonna need some light, I think. Now, you know what? We're taking a nighttime screenshot because that's just who we be. That that's not gonna be hard to see at all. Okay, we are summoning the power of Ra. Doop 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 doop. Poke it out, circus. All right, that's the screenshot we need. Look at that magnesium mine with spots to dock. That's going to be the screenshot for this week. I think it looks good. Now let's get back into this and re-unsummon the power of Ra. And then, oh, wrong button. And then fly back home. Alrighty, guys, that is gonna do it for today. We wrapped up the magnesium mine fully. That is the way I want it to be. Until I think of something else that I'm like, oh, it would be cool if I had that, etc. I don't know if you guys saw this, but if you look here, look at that. I added some extra detailing and stuff around our vents and around those things right there. So kind of give it some flavor. I think the base is looking great. I added some rust in some spots too, because I wanted to differentiate the textures and kind of give it some stuff. I think it looks nice. Um, yeah, we're gonna build out. We're gonna build out ourselves. I think the next thing is we're gonna build a cargo like transport vehicle. I think that's what I want to do next, and I think that'll be cool. Um, it's definitely going to be a full scale of things to do. Do. I think what we also want to do, if I may, grab this. We should probably just go ahead and throw in some extra blocks. I don't know why we have not done this. It's not like we're walking over this stuff, but like what's the point of having these big gaps? There really isn't one. So, really quick, we can hop in this guy since we still have control of that. Get some stuff welded up. Yeah, it feels more complete that way. Like obviously, this is not a safe space to walk back here. Nobody wants to walk around this space. But that's okay. We don't need it to be safe. We just need it to be functional. Yeah. So yeah, if you enjoyed this and you enjoy watching me do stuff in the dark, because apparently because where I built my base, it is always perpetually dark. Yep, smash that button, the like button. Keep commenting, guys. I appreciate it. Like I said, welcome to the new people who've commented. We're at 312. We've skyrocketed. I can't even believe it. We were at 3, barely to 3, and then 305, and now 312. And so I appreciate it. You guys are great. I'm dying over here. We did good work. We've done some good work. And yeah, what else? I think. Oh yeah, real quick. I know I'm terrible. This is what I do. I delay the inevitable because I don't want to leave you guys. Let's go in here. For the list, what do we need? Well, I think we're gonna capture another base. That's gonna happen. So base capture is a thing. We're definitely. So we can just do this. Capture summer home. We'll call it. Build farm to table scratch kitchen. Obviously, this is going to need Let's say five of how many? Five of each planter. And I want to do, we'll say five of each planter. We'll say two irrigation. Irrigation. Um, we're gonna need one small hydro, one small oxy. And you know what? I realized that I did not. We're gonna caveat this one because I didn't build two large oxygen tanks and I don't plan to. So that's it. So two irrigation, one small that looks like 5 meter. Not. Anyways, one small. Well, let's go ahead and add an L because it helps. And instead of using my arrow keys, what if I just clicked like this? What a novel idea. Anyways, so then, yep, build farm to scratch, farm to table to scratch kitchen. Um, Obviously, the big one, we still have revenge that's listed. Um, what if we did baby's first piracy? Piracy, if I could spell piracy, that's going to be probably capturing the summer home. Um, will be a list of that. Okay, farm scratch. Oh yeah, and then we need. And I don't know which. This is not in any order, by the way, guys. This is flying squirrel, hauler, welder, grinder. That's right. I wanted to do all, and I think I have an idea of how to do all. So I'm kind of excited, and I have an idea of like what that might look like. So, yeah. If you guys, I know you did. I know you enjoyed coming along for this weird ride. I appreciate each and every one of you. You guys are wonderful, beautiful beings of light and love, and I love you so much. I had it was a weird hippie conference kind of thing. With not a hippie conference, but we had some hippie things said at the conference, so it is stuck in my head. So that being of light and love thing. That's Amanda Gore, Australian lady, motivational like corporate speaker. If you're curious where that just came from, thanks Amanda Gore. Also, if you watch this, Amanda Gore, bang my line. You know, let's collab. A space engineer slash motivational speak. What could go wrong? Anyways, sorry. I appreciate each and every one of you individually as well as a whole. That's something my family says. And I will catch you later, taters. And as always, be kind and stay ornery. Bye.